Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Command Point. My name is Ryan, and I'm here with my co-host Shane once again.
Hello. How's it going, Ryan?
It's going pretty good. So what have we got to talk about today?
Well, we announced just last week, or not even at this point, like less than a week ago, the Command Point Invitational. We have sent out our invites to content creators and ITC players, and we know for sure who the initial big names are going to be in the tournament. And with the release of this video, we're going to be opening the event up for open registration. So basically here we're going to tell you, if you make it into the tournament, these are some of the high level players that you'll get the opportunity to play against. So the 12 that we have in, we invited, I think I invited about 16 or 17, I believe it was, content creators. Some of them haven't been able to make it. Some of them haven't officially registered yet. They might still be in it, but for what we have now, we have 12 slots filled. I'm going to start from the top, and for some of these people, we'll explain who they are in case some of our listeners are not aware of them. The first one, which is probably the only name that most people aren't going to recognize on here, is Sean Perry. He's a local player in our meta, and he's actually the guy that's made all the maps that we're using for this event. He made the LVO map, and he's working on a bunch of other stuff for us. Pretty excited. Yeah. He's a really good player. We can both attest to it.
Mm-hmm. We recorded basically a kill team how-to video for this upcoming tournament, and I guess other tabletop tournaments that are going to be running. And he put that up on his own YouTube channel, and we will be sure to link that in the description here.
Yes. And moving down, we have Shane Watts, who is actually currently one of the top players on ITC. Pretty big East Coast player, Thousand Suns player. Personally reached out to us, wanted to play in the event. We're extremely happy to announce that he will be playing in this tournament. And then moving down to the third name here, which is a pretty big one that I'm really excited. It's Emmanuel, the Orc player. He is the guy that I believe it was SoCal. He won with his Orc Evil Sons list, beat Michael T. Holy and his Adeptus Astartes. So really, really good player, Emmanuel.
Mm-hmm.
And right after Emmanuel, we have Alex Rutnerick, the kid himself, who we just did an interview with on the podcast. If you want to go check that out. Really good player, finished top 8 at LVO. Really smart player, plays Austriani. You can listen to his interview that he did with us on the pod. Ryan, do you want to go down? I don't know if you're seeing these in the same order than I am, but
no, I'm definitely not, but I'll just rattle off a few names here.
Sure. Yeah.
Glass Half Dead is all registered for this tournament. Needs no introduction. John Sao of Kill Team Granada, I believe. He's registered for this as well.
Yeah, one of the top Spanish players in ITC.
Matt Howell is also registered.
Yep, another big name East Coast player. Udzical, for many of you might recognize the other voice on Biernid's Killzone podcast. He's,
right, okay.
Eric Kaczynski. He's a pretty good Tau player. He plays Grey Knights also. He's been to plenty of tournaments. Really good player. Of course, Ryan, you and I are registered in the tournament.
Yep.
And I think the biggest name that we have on here so far is Alex Squires. Just placed second at LVO, and I believe was third in the ITC rankings last season. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that.
Yeah.
And of course, we have Matt Wright. We interviewed him quite a few months ago before his Slaughterfest or Magfest.
Yep.
He is a prominent TO over here on the East Coast. So yeah, and we have a few more players that are pending with their registration right now, but pretty stacked cast. So that leaves us with 24 slots, or sorry, not 24 slots.
Yeah, I was about to say, geez.
20 20 slots.
Yeah.
We're capping out at 32 in this tournament. I have a sinking feeling that we're going to cap out pretty quickly. So when
Yeah.
you hear this video, go down in the description if you want to play in this tournament and register, because it's first come first serve here. It's going to be a pretty high level event, I think.
Oh yeah.
Another announcement is we have created a Command Point Discord server, and we're going to be running most of this tournament and all the basically the rooms where you guys are going to communicate with each other, and we'll announce the pairings. It'll be in that server. So even if you're not part of this tournament, go ahead and hop into the official Command Point Discord server. We
Yeah.
have plenty of channels on there where you can talk kill team, or I believe we have a mailbag section in there.
Yeah,
Ryan?
we've got a mailbag section or a mailbag text channel for people to drop any sorts of questions they have about Kill Team for us to answer on our podcast or on any of our YouTube videos. We've got a meme channel. I don't think I need to explain any further what that is for. Yeah, and then we'll just keep adding stuff to it as the community grows more and more.
Yeah. And again, we went over this already in the last video, but for those of you wondering, if you forgot or whatever, if you are part of this tournament, and I didn't mention this, but we are planning on starting the event April 6th. So next Monday, hopefully we can fill out registration slots by Sunday, this coming Sunday.
Right.
And we'll be able to give you guys a little bit of a head start to communicate with whoever it is that you're playing against in the bracket, and see where you are in the bracket, and schedule a time, because you only are required to play one game in your week, and you get paired at the beginning of the week, and you have all week to talk to your opponent, figure out a time that you can play, and then once you guys agree on something, communicate with us, and we'll note everything down. And in addition to that, if you register, be sure to send us your 20-man command rosters over Discord, so that way we know what it is that you're playing, and we can just keep everything on file, I guess. Ryan, was there anything else that you wanted to add?
Something that's very important for people when they're building their list for this tournament is, of course, to know that this is an all standard LVO 2020 format. So there's no arena boards. It's just open LVO with the LVO rules pack, with the shipping containers that are infinitely tall as they are ruled. So blocking any flying units from jumping over them, or any units from jumping over them. Anyway.
Yeah, it's that LVO terrain setup basically that we saw on stream.
Mm-hmm.
And we're actually going to have, like I mentioned earlier, Sean Perry, who's going to be part of this tournament, he's the one who made the LVO board that we're going to be using. We'll be posting that in our Discord for those of you who want to play it. It's a really great kill team board for Tabletop Simulator. There's even a little button on the side where you can click and open up arena boards and other stuff, and you can set up all the possible deployments for LVO, and it's got our logo made in actual objective markers, which is super fancy.
It's kind of just like a menagerie of all these other little kill team mods for tabletop that have all just sort of been put together and streamlined for easier use, basically. So I love it. It's great.
Yeah, big fan.
I think that's about everything we wanted to cover concerning the tournament.
I'm just really excited to see how this tournament goes, because kind of like you mentioned, this has really got the potential to be an extremely high level event.
Oh yeah,
with the quality of players on here. I mean, like Alex Squires, I mean Emmanuel, Alex Ranirak, Shane Watts, I mean John Sau, really really good pool of players already. I think what would be really interesting is if we saw one of the open registration players come in and win the event.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Uh,
that's always a possibility. Now more than ever, because it's not just limited to a local area, region, or country even. It's anybody with an internet connection and a laptop that can run tabletop can get in on this tournament, you know? People that we've never
yeah,
heard of have a good chance of registering for this and being able to take it all.
yeah. And another thing about Tabletop Simulator is it's not like a very intensive game to run on Steam. So for those of you that just
No.
have like an okay-ish laptop and you're not sure if you can do it, and you really want to play Kill Team right now, um, I would recommend picking the game up on Steam, seeing if it works, and if your computer really can't run it, then you can refund it in the first like half hour or something. I'm not sure what
Yeah,
the
I think
exact
it's like
Steam protocol is.
I think it's like you can refund any game as long as you don't play over like 45 minutes for Steam
Yeah,
games. But don't quote me on that for certain because I'm just spitballing here, but that's what I think.
it's
Um,
yeah, it's something like that.
yep.
Know that like Alex Ritnerek, for instance, is actually running this game on like a MacBook and it's working for him. So
Oh, tight.
uh,
Okay.
that that should uh, that should tell you everything you need to know about Tabletop
Yeah.
Simulator.
Get in on that registration before they fill up. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you guys later.